Let us know when she can see and hear. Oh, wait.
I can see and hear you.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Woo!
I will let you know.
All right. Let me somewhere. Here we go.
Rain alert.
Hey, Dad. You want more food?
Yeah, I want more food. Any food. How's the pickup? Can you still hear me over here? Is it
Yeah.
noticeably quieter?
A little bit quieter.
Yeah. Oh,
You okay,
turned
Hev?
yellow for a second
Yeah.
on the.
All right.
The fluffy
your video
McFliffs
turned
wanted
up.
out.
How's my
Okay.
video? Is it me slowing down or is it you slowing down occasionally?
You're pixelated a little bit. And I don't know if that's you or me. Let me find out.
Okay. You two were pixelated for a bit too.
Okay. All right. I see us on stream. Let me see if I hear us. Yep. Okay, I hear us. The placement looks good. All right.
So if I want to mute myself, I see that I can mute myself on the call, but does this mute me too? The little mic on the
Yes.
Discord thing.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
next to the leave call, make sure you hit the microphone
Okay.
and not the leave call.
Well, that's the one I was using, but no, not the one next to the leave call, but the one down by
Yes.
deafen and user settings.
Yes,
Yeah,
that works as well.
because
That's the main one.
Yep,
if I look at Discord, then I don't see you guys.
gotcha.
I want to, be able to clear my throat without worrying anybody.
Cough button.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I have the built button.
Yeah.
And it does have a cough button.
All right. That. Yeah, I think we're good. Mei Lung is responding. Yay! Lucy said it.
Yay! Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you, Lucy. All right. So, Mew, whenever you
Awesome.
are ready.
I do this.
I have enough buttons, I think.
Button. Do you have a button for the button?
Alrighty. Oop. The kitty is transferred from one window into another.
Mm-hmm. She teleports, according to Heather.
Yeah, no, she blinks. She's a blink kitten.
Witch's cat. They'll do that. Alrighty. Going in a 3, a 2. On this episode of the AIE Podcast.
Polarity has hit the switch in Division.
Get your pie throwing arms ready.
Join Final Fantasy XIV for map nights and fame and riches. Oh my.
Hobbit days are here again.
And we have Seema here to talk to us all about AIE and conquering planets in SOTOR.
Hey guys,
Ooh.
now I'm stuck thinking about pie though.
Ooh, I can help with that.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I
All
know I
that
just want some
pie.
pie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And more coming up right now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
And welcome to episode 340 of the podcast celebrating you, the Alea Iacta S gaming community. The Die Has Been podcast. This is Mew-Cow. Hello. And to my left, physically, is Makala.
Hey guys, I've been stress baking, so the guild kitchen is fully in stock, including a birthday cake for a certain tank.
I like the sound of that.
Right? It says "Happy Birthday." Sorry about the apocalypse.
Perfect.
Yep. And to her right would be Tetsemi.
Hello. I have a spreadsheet that I didn't create, but I'm using it because Old Man Franks designed it to tell me where to go get all the armor.
Wait, you're listening to Old Man Franks?
Kind of have to
When do
in
we-
this case.
When do When is that ever an option? Sorry,
I know.
OMF. Love you.
All right. So this week, as you heard earlier, we are joined by special guest Seema, who is here to talk to us about AIE in SWTOR. Welcome.
Woo!
Normally Max would be with me, but he is working with a client in the UK who's in the middle of trying to retool their manufacturing to make ventilators. So he's doing something real important.
Real important.
Very important.
May the odds be in his favor. May the force be with him.
Yes, I hope it's going very, very well.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard. I also, I mean, in Reddit, I heard that Dyson was retooling all their
Yep.
stuff over.
They are.
To do the entire event, like the whole thing, not just like parts, like the
Yeah, no,
entire.
he-
ventilator.
Yeah, the reverse.
He designed a new
sweet.
one in 10 days and had them producing it.
I love
Amazing.
hearing
Awesome.
Science and engineering people. So
Yes.
important.
So this is about the time where we go around the room and ask how everyone's real life has been recently. But I don't know, maybe we want to ignore that part.
Right?
And talk about what we've been up to in and out of game. Let's start with our guest Seema.
Yay!
Well, I mean, I've been in SWTOR, I've been playing through with Conquest, leveling some characters and doing operations. But I also want to just mention that I stuck my toe back into WoW retail, which was I gotta say, very odd experience after playing WoW Classic.
I'm
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
I mean, it's like you've been doing military training, carrying around 50 weights of mud on your back, and then you can fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Although this new patch in WoW is very complicated to come into the middle of. It's like, yeah.
Yeah,
So I just figure I'm going to level something new. Now is a good time to do the allied race leveling, I figure. So
Yes.
Yeah.
With the XP boost and everything that we'll talk about. Yeah, definitely.
and we have an X boost.
It's crazy.
We have a boost coming in SWTOR also. So I actually have already been leveling my characters. So now I have to think, am I going to create new characters so that I can level them?
Ooh, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yes, these are first problems.
Right,
Hey, you
exactly.
know what? Whatever gets you, it's keeping you busy. It's fun.
It's called Stuck
Next
at
on
Home
my list,
Problems.
though,
Yeah.
of stuck at home things to do is I'm going to watch a movie called Big Night, which was recommended by Chef John of Food Wishes. If you guys follow him at all, if you
No.
don't, he's a fantastic online food person.
I have to do that.
Yes,
I like food.
his thing is called Food Wishes,
Mm-hmm.
and he's awesome.
Very
And
cool.
then I thought I would also watch Picard because that's
Mhm.
you can do that for free now, and I haven't even
Yep.
started that one, so I have that to look forward
Mhm.
to.
Very good.
I just finished on Netflix The Letter for the King,
Mm-hmm.
which it was good. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a little slow going in spots because it's a fantasy genre story, and there's some stuff in there you're like, yeah, we get that.
Right.
Yeah.
Moving on, please.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
And it's kind of like a YA story. It's like a coming of age type of story. So if that's
Yeah.
not for you, it wouldn't be good. But it's gritty enough so that it's not fairy tale, but it's not so gritty that they, pay a lot of attention to details like
Mm-hmm.
not everyone has to have rotting teeth just because they didn't have toothbrushes back in the.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it had a pretty actual ending at the end of 6 episodes with a little bit of a question mark at the end, like, well, maybe there's this coming now.
Right.
So
Very cool.
I was happy with that. But that's my staycation stuff, aside from doing stuff around the house.
Yes, definitely. Well, let's see what Tets has been on since he's next on my screen.
Unlike Seema, I actually have only been in WoW to raid. I literally took a week off, missed the invasions and everything else. Just a second. There we go. Okay. Sorry, had to get closer to the mic. So I've been logging in, doing raid. We got 2 new bosses down, so we're 9 of 12, which is awesome.
Great.
And now we've got the 3 hard bosses left at the very end. We'll be working on those tonight, but I was feeling a little bit burned out on WoW, and just my normal. It's like I got my 100 reputations, so that goal fell off the table, and I've got the 4 alts that I'm going to use for Shadowlands set, so I really don't need to level anything else. And I've leveled, we leveled so much in Legion. Trying to go back and say, oh, I just want to level a new alt, or I want to level this from 110 to 120, at least right now, talk to me in 2 months, is like, no, that's not what I'm doing. So I have been doing all the leveling in Final Fantasy 14. I've been trying to get all the classes up to level 30, because at level 30, that's when you get what we called in SOTOR your advanced class. In WoW, it was your, you get to put your first talent in the tree for whatever spec you are after you pick that spec, that sort of thing. So it's interesting to see like how they transition from the base class to the advanced class and the story that goes with it. So I've been doing that on all the characters, trying to clear out my inventory, which is just a disaster. And then poking my head in SOTOR every once in a while. So just to kind of keep fresh and keep my characters logged in. So that's what I have been up to. Oh, and I did get 2 classes to 80. So I have my Bard at 80 and I have my Black Mage at 80 now.
Get all of the damage.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that leaves the last but certainly not least, Makala, what have you been up to?
Okay, well, stress baking, of course.
Yeah.
Working a lot because we've had some movement at work, so we're way reduced. But hey, nobody's taking vacation right now, so I have a feeling we're going to be doing a little better soon. Sorry. Let's see. I have a tip for anybody who's playing games virtually. Your RPGs virtually, especially if you're using Fantasy Grounds. Make sure you're updating it, because Thursday we went to game and it never loaded. We spent there was like half an hour trying to get stuff to update. We had different versions. Some people couldn't update. So the evening was spent trying to figure out our next campaign and who's playing what.
Yeah.
And we're the very tail end of the campaign. So literally we only have a few sessions left, and we're pretty excited because we've been doing this particular campaign since November of 2016. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you can just do, hey, let's do this little side thing. No, we're near the end. We need to get this finished.
Exactly. And we're doing a module, we're doing Storm King's Thunder. So, and it's very, we're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really frustrating. So yeah, pro tip, if you're using Fantasy Grounds, please make sure you're updated.
Update it like you update WoW add-ons when a new patch launches.
Yep. Exactly. But we did get our regular weekend game in yesterday, and I feel bad because our friend Jeannie, who's a member of AIE and member of the Tadpool community, she joined a few weeks ago. Now, this particular game is very RP heavy, very story heavy. The last 3 weeks, literally, it's been battle. But it's been really great battles. It's been really interesting. But then the session started with our cleric. We had just fought. We'd gone through. We thought we were going to be fighting a hag. We had gone through. We actually found this weird side chamber where there was a undead elf dude, for lack of a better term, who tried to actually siphon my character's life because she's celestial. Fought him. Now we're, next session, we're going to search the room. A DC goes over to go up to the throne to take a look, touches the stairs, falls dead.
Oh no. Not good.
That's cleric number 1. Of course, cleric number 2, my little cleric, runs over, to examine him and falls dead.
Oh no.
Yeah.
no.
So the session started with the 2 healers dying.
That's usually
And
a
a-
wipe in a raid.
Yeah. But this time it was the plot device. So we all got transported to so where we're at was basically the realm between the living and the dead, and then we got transported to the realm of the dead, and we had to fight the boss again.
Oh no.
Yeah, we got him. We got this time he's dead. Like the Raven Queen's minion came and took his soul away. So, but that was fun. That was using Roll20, so we did not have to update that one as much. But yeah, totally. Just if you're playing online with friends and there's no better time to do that, just make sure you're updated.
Yeah.
Hey, Mew, what have you been doing in and out of game? Because I'm not last but least. You were last but least, but not least.
Last but least, no. This poor little device has been seeing more use than I think it's ever seen in its life. Those that don't see, it's the Nintendo Switch. I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
Yes.
It's been the escape from the real world that I think we all need right now. So much that even the wife finally today said, "Okay, fine, I'm getting it." Everyone's looking at me saying, "Where are you? Where's your island?"
Yeah. Until Fallout 76 does its update,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, until Wastelanders hits, and then I'm assuming by then I'll be in maintenance mode in this until whatever big events come up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's the neat thing is there's a lot of build up, but there's a certain point when you get your island to a good place where you just log in for a few minutes, poke at some things every day, and then you're good to go.
And then do you have to defend your island because the other players are going to come and steal it back from them?
No.
Anything like that?
No.
There is no PvP.
It's not Fallout.
Well,
No
where
conquesting.
does the killing come in? I don't
It's
understand.
not that kind of game, Seema.
Yeah.
It's a happy game.
Yeah, it's exactly why it's so great right now. Is you don't have to worry about that. Like the worst that can happen is a tarantula might bite you, or you might get stung by wasps.
I've always
Or
wanted to play
scorpions.
Animal Crossing. I might try the old one if there's an Android version of it.
The Hordling is absolutely loving it. She is having so much fun with it.
You're only going to find them on Nintendo devices. So if you have a 3DS or a DS, or the old one was on Game.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And
I thought there was an
Wii U.
iOS version.
Oh, there is Pocket Camp.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. That must be what I heard about.
Yeah, Pocket Camp. It'll give you more or less the general feel for things. And yeah, I think that was tiding everyone over until this one came out. But yeah, I've actually never played the game. I mean, you're collecting villager.
Is there fishing? I mean, these are the
there's so much fishing.
We're trying to figure out we're trying to figure out if Sparrow's going to play this.
Yeah.
Like maybe I will buy a Switch if there's fishing.
There's tons of fishing. Yeah, there's some pretty impressive fishing. Like there's some stuff that's bigger than your character. You can fish out of the ocean and out of the ponds and whatnot. But there's fishing, there's bug catching, there's planting of plants and trees, digging for fossils. I mean, it's basically like Minecraft Lite without the battle aspect.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like that's basically what it is. And you're not trying to tunnel to the bottom to the center of the earth either. You can dig, one level deep and that's it. And even that's just dig a hole and put stuff in it. But yeah, that's been a big part of my focus. I'm still kind of doing, maintenance in Final Fantasy and WoW. Like Tet's only really going into WoW to raid. I don't have a raid team in Final Fantasy, so I just go in there to check my retainers and, do events and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's actually been a good break. Like I've probably was at a burnout point with MMOs anyway. So a little bit of that. I have been poking at. I play a little bit of Just Cause 3 just because. It reminds me a lot of the Far Cry series, honestly. Without the craziness, it's more of a you're trapped on some unheard of island that's controlled by a dictator. But I've enjoyed that. It's again just nice little distractions. But yeah, Animal Crossing. Never played the series, and I've really been enjoying it. I was very surprised with just how much I got into it. But I'll be playing a lot more of that coming up. That's about it for me. With that, why don't we head over to the news section?
Yes.
AIE News.
And before we get into it, we did want to send a shout out to all of the workers keeping everything running while the crisis is ongoing, to doctors, nurses, and of course, folks working at grocery stores, pharmacies, transportation and roadworks, truck drivers, delivery folks. Huge
IT.
thank yous.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yes, all the IT guys, all the data center guys, because they're still having to be there physically.
Mhm.
I'm definitely thankful for all of the food delivery, and
Yeah.
how smoothly they switched over to a contactless setup. We ordered pizza last night. He came up to the door, dropped down, told us to grab the top boxes, don't touch the bottom one because that's the one I was holding. Grabbed the rest of him, walked away. Like he was down the way when he was telling us this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's and that's how Pizza is doing. It's how most places they'll just drop it off and take off. Like they're trying to make it as easy for everyone because we don't want to pass it on to them. They don't want to pass it on to us.
Yeah.
It's been working great.
Yeah.
Definitely thankful for all of the you said grocery stores. Like
Yeah.
those guys are the front line.
Yeah, they are.
These, especially considering the fact that, at least around here, a lot of the grocery workers, like the baggers and the courtesy clerks, they're young.
Yeah.
College
College students and
college students. I mean, some of the stuff I've heard from the Hordlings bestie, like just this poor little 19-year-old getting cussed out because
the
they don't
store's
have
out of
what they didn't
something.
want. Well,
Yeah.
just stuff like that. So yeah, and just everybody, all these essential personnel that are having to deal with the brunt of this labor. Thank you so much.
Yes, and
It's-
I'm hoping our memory stays longer once this is all over with.
Let's please still respect these people
who those essential people were.
Yeah.
and teachers and and all of it. Just yeah. Please. If thank you guys, all of you who are essential personnel. You're amazing, and thank you for keeping everything going.
Yep. Then on to our community and community news. As a reminder, mandatory fun nights, where the fun is mandatory and the attendance is not. Sundays, which is today, we have Star Trek Online at 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Actually, that
Then
one is starting next week on Sunday. I think Corley said he was going to start that up. Either Corley or Dent. We're going to start that up again. So
Awesome.
Okay, cool. That'll be good to see. Mondays, tomorrow, Guild Wars 2 has theirs at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Then on Tuesdays, we have SWTOR, which is at 8 p.m. Max time and 9 p.m. Eastern. Also, I know that Final Fantasy 14 is needs to add a little note in there. They're doing their, what do they call it? It's the easier stuff, the previous expansion content, raids and stuff like that, to allow those that are still trying to level through the game catch up. Which I believe that's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Then Wednesdays, they're doing. I forget what they're doing on Wednesday. That might not be. This might be Tuesday now.
I think Tuesday and Thursday are their raid nights, and Wednesday was the just get together and do stuff night.
That could be.
Yeah.
And then we skip on to Thursdays is the current content rating for Final Fantasy 14. I believe they're still starting at 9:30.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken. And then Fridays we start with ESO. They're doing their mandatory fun nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. Then a little bit after that, we have the Final Fantasy 14 late night run around and do stuff crew. That's at 11 p.m. Eastern. And then on Saturdays, Lord of the Rings Online starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, followed by Noob Raid in WoW at 11 p.m. Eastern. And somewhere around there at about 9:30 p.m. Eastern is when the Final Fantasy 14 map night starts.
Yes.
And that's a big deal.
Come make money.
Yes.
Money,
Yes.
money.
Like I've missed out in the last few nights because by the time I'm finally settled and everyone's in bed, everyone's already done with the matches.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but I'll get in there again. The ones I have done, I'm pretty sure I'm at like 6 million right now, just from doing those mat nights. So, really easy way to get money. And in streaming in Guild podcast news, SWTOR Escape Podcast 331, how to make 1 billion credits. They had a guest, a multi-billionaire Than, tells us how to make 1 billion credits. Oh, lots of money making going around.
Yeah, that was a really good, interesting show, even if you're not that interested in making.
Oh, you have some inside information then, do you?
I think she may have listened. Did you get? Yeah, I think she may have let our listeners to that episode.
Yeah.
Well, recording it.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then on to the next one, Escape Podcast 332, the Rackul Galademic, I guess. Is that what they call it?
Galactademic.
Yes, we make up words.
Hey.
It makes sense. I mean,
words are hard. Galactic pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah. They haven't talked about the Rackul event in a while, but a plague we can fight with blasters sounds good about now.
Yeah, it does.
So look forward to that one. Then on to Working Class Nerds, episode 69. We've been boarded by Death Star troopers.
Nice.
The guys are joined by all of the members of Death Star troopers. Uh-oh.
No, they literally had the entire raid team on the episode.
Yeah,
that sounds
absolutely
like chaos
Yeah.
and fun. It's the raid team that Marcus runs on Sunday evenings. The roster includes Dr. SWTOR, Ted, Bo, Slayer, Katarina, Kione, and Ven. They talk about how everyone got it started running with operations and why they love it so much.
All right. And in No Man's News, Division 2, the game's first season is well underway with the first manhunt target, Neptune, completed by most players. New League and Global event play is now live. League consists of certain time challenges that confer ranks for better completion times and missions. These ranks translate into rewards bestowed by claimed crates in the new League menu, collect seasonal items, and even an exotic. The global event that went live last week, Polarity Switch, consists of switching between active color displays on your character to defeat corresponding colored mobs in the game. Reward caches are conferred after completing challenges, such as eliminating positive polarity outcast or other factions. The next manhunt target, Venus, goes live on the 31st, so on Tuesday, along with the next apparel event, Urban Jungle. That sounds fun. Some excitement surrounding the game has died down. It's been struggling a bit with the bugs and game balance issues, some directly related to the new season's events. Despite that, AIE participation is still relatively high, averaging to around 18 to 20 people online per day.
And
if you want to see a look at the lovely gear, there is a picture in the show notes.
Yep.
Yeah, I was wanting to get real deep into that game and started real strong. And then stuff happened, and I'm like, this is too real.
Yeah.
Because the stuff they talk about in that game is a little too parallel for me right now. But I'm hoping to get into that one as well. It looks fun.
All right. And in WoW news, our Alliance team HFO got Puppy down, and they're now 6 of 12 normal.
Nice.
They are still recording.
I don't know who that is, but congratulations.
It's a
big dog that
basically,
It's a hellhound.
Yeah,
it's not fun.
He's in the bowels of an old god.
Yeah,
if that gives you an idea.
Yeah, not fun. They are still recruiting, and they have an Accuzod now on the team.
Yay!
So,
nice.
Shout out to Zod. Better late than never. Got ahead of the curve by getting heroic and raid boss of the Void Nyalotha raid down. And New Braid is now 4 of 12 normal in Nyalotha. So congrats to them. They got past Mott, which, good lord, that can be a raid team killer if you're not paying attention. Mm-hmm. Also, as we mentioned earlier, 100% XP is now active through April 20th. Leveling those allied races is crazy. People are leveling alts at all stages and looking for people to hang out. Join us in Discord, hang out in the voice channels, and apparently Sai thinks that mechanomes are OP. So,
I have to go and do that one instance. before I can make a mechanome.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you've got to
Mechagon.
finish Mechagon Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit us up sometime. We'll take you through it. Not a problem.
Oh, thank you.
And Wowhead has a great write-up on how to prepare your level 120 alts for Shadowlands. So tips and tricks about if you just hit 120, here's what you need to do to unlock what you need to unlock to get to where you're going so you can actually get ready for Shadowlands. Because, as Seema said, it's not easy. So...
Yeah, I heard alts were a thing at some point.
Well, I have to say, in every game I've played, if I've spent time working on my gear in order to prepare for an X-Pack, it's been wasted time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
think this
I'm
is not necessarily leveling up. This is just like getting you through the story and unlocking all the
unlocks.
systems, not
Yeah.
grinding the gear.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Yeah. That makes perfect.
kind of like what we did in SOTOR when they did the, okay, here's the 5 levels, and you hit 75, and now you can grind to 306, or you can just wait for the next story beat. So, which is nice. All right, and ask Gus Detail about the Trial of Style and filthy leveling groups. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I'm sure we'll have to get some updates from her and a write-up on how the Trial of Style went. I saw they had a lot of groups go through, so we will chase her down and ask for some updates on that.
And the filthy leveling is the filthy casuals raid group was pulling people through leveling, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. At least we hope that, since we're a family-friendly guild. If not,
Right,
we'll have
exactly.
words.
Yeah. We otherwise we're an RP server, but not that kind of RP server.
Exactly. Yep. And as we said, the Alliance Guild is going strong. More and more people are joining and playing on the Alliance side. So
We still love you guys.
yep.
Sorry, Sai. I had to throw that in there for you, hon.
I'm totally gonna level my mechanome once you guys do that thing you just said you do.
Yeah.
Pulling me through that
Exactly.
Operation
Mechagon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mechagon.
It's got like 20 bosses or something.
No, it's only got 8.
It's a mega dungeon. It's
Yeah.
got 8 bosses, but and they split it up. You do now two dungeons instead of one long dungeon if you want.
Yeah.
Can you stealth to the end? Because I just need to kill that last guy.
Right.
I have a feeling they have gadgets to detect you.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. All right, and going back in time a little bit to WoW Classic. If you have any ideas for in-game activities or want to host an event, please contact Neverward via Discord. She can help answer any questions you might have. And if you're interested in joining us in WoW Classic, please jump into the AIE Discord LFO channel and request an invite. And just a reminder that we do our best to keep character names family friendly. It is greatly appreciated.
Yes. All right, and in ESO news, Jester Festival is starting on 26 March. So come throw pies to the leader of the factions. Enjoy double experience points by eating mayhem pie.
More pie!
Yes, right.
Pie,
in
pie,
general, be silly. The Jester Festival runs through April 2nd. Perfect. Starting on April 2nd is the anniversary jubilee. ESO is 6 years young this year. Come out and bake. Oh my gosh, now we're going to bake a cake, guys.
Yep.
Yep.
So from pie to a cake, and neither is a lie. Bake a cake. Enjoy double XP and reap the rewards from the daily crafting writs, daily delve, and the world boss quest, daily dungeon quest, and so much more. Added this year is a new ice breath Indrik mount and a new armor style.
Indrik is that interesting mounting system they had that changes with the different events. You can have all kinds of different Indriks.
Yep. All right. And in Final Fantasy XIV, the Final Fantasy XIV chapter of AIE is growing and wants you. Fun nights are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. EST. Tuesdays are casual and legacy content. It's more relaxed and gives us a chance for people to see some content that may or may not be possible solo, and something that groups do not normally form for anymore. Last week, they did some Heavensward Bismarck for pony farming, and there were quite a few ponies that got farmed up. And this week, they're planning on running Ravana, also from Heavensward. Thursday, they do more traditional end-game raiding. We're currently gearing up via Eden's Verse. We ask that potential raiders join our raid Discord. Raids do have a sign-up each week. On Saturday, Kelsier is running map nights for fame, riches, and overall fun. Join us at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time Saturday to run 8-player treasure maps. And this is a level 80 event. So you don't have to have any certain gear. You just have to get one of your classes that's a war or
Battle
magic class, a battle class to 80. For those that not aware, it is very profitable and very fun and unique game activity. We had the portals, if they open up, are random, and so we had kind of a low level number of portals. We did make it to the 5th level, the final level, once last night, and got kicked out twice after completing the 4th level twice, I think.
Oof.
So
That's rough.
yeah. On the crafting front, we're working on our new airship and submarines in the Guild Workshop. Anyone in the FC can help build. All you have to do is go to the AIE website at aie-guild.org, and you'll see under the Final Fantasy XIV header the latest workshop blog post for the details. If you are looking to get into the game, the winter sale is on for 40% off either just the Shadowbringers expansion or the complete edition from the Square Enix store. PC.
Yes.
That's PC. It has not gone on sale on the PSN yet, but they kind of expect it to. We just haven't heard. And if you do get it for the PS4, you can play with the folks on the PC, same server, same communication, everything. So...
And you will need separate keys, though. You need a key for a PS4 and a key for PC if you play both.
Yes. Same thing. If you bought it on PC, keep buying it on the PC. If you bought it through Steam on the PC, you have to keep buying it through Steam on the PC. So there is a free demo available. If you do pick it up, remember to drop by the Final Fantasy XIV channel for a refer a friend code, and you get rewards for both you and the person that referred you. We cannot wait to see you in Eorzea and the First.
And over in Lord of the Rings Online, bonus days bring you 10% Virtue XP, and Bilbo's birthday is now on through April 6th. Hobnanigans, did I say that right? Yep, Hobnanigans returns next week. Starts on March 31st and runs through April 4th. The Spring Festival continues through April 13th. Double bonus points are now available. Get double the bonus points in the Lord of the Rings online store in-game through April 5th. Also, you can find your Shadowfax, get 20% off, select war steeds, riding skills, select mounts, movement speed buffs, now through April 2nd. The weekly coupon gives you a free skill and Slayer deed boost with the coupon code SkillUpSlayer, now through April 2nd.
I will say, reading the notes before the show, I got very confused for a moment, and I had to Google when Bilbo's birthday was. I'm like, that's not right. Bilbo's birthday is not this time of the year.
Yeah.
So it confused me for a while.
Yeah. Sorry.
Then I'm like, clearly it's a different time in the game. It's all fine.
It is. Yep.
But yeah, that hurt my brain. And STO News, still working on the Spire. The Spire is the priority, with the embassy being secondary one to build up. Regular fleet nights on Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, starting next week, as we said. So that would be when the Eastern time. Time zones are hard, guys.
Yeah.
It's right after the show. There we go.
Yeah.
Come join us for all the fun, and make sure you're watching Picard and Star Trek Discovery on CBS All Access, because it is free for the month.
Yep.
And sorry.
Nope, we were just agreeing with you.
Yep,
I know.
Although,
and then I realized I forgot to put something there, so I've updated my notes.
Yep, and the other thing too, that free month, I think it expires in the beginning of April, and it's a code. You have to sign up for CBS Access for free, but I do think they require a credit card. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, but then you put the code in to give you the free month. So you have up until a certain point to then put the code in for another month,
right?
Or for that month. Yeah, so it's a whole
okay.
thing. So it gives you a little bit of time. I think you got about it's like 2 or 3 weeks left.
Mhm.
So I know there's a lot of people that are trying to go through Next Generation so they can have a fresh perspective when they go into Picard, because you want to do Next Generation, then the movies, and then go right to Picard. Which, by the way, Picard just had their last episode of the season on Thursday.
Yeah.
Highly recommended. Really good.
As Dent says, tears were shed.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, and also to give people a little bit more setting of expectations, Picard is more drama faced than like Discovery is action faced. So keep that in mind. Like there still is action in Picard. There's still stuff you would expect in a Star Trek, but it's drama. They're gonna lean towards that a little bit more. So, but really good. I highly recommend the after show. The briefing room with Will Wheaton.
Yes.
After every episode, they'll discuss the episode and have usually one or two of the actors. Highly recommend it. It's been great having that every week, and now you can binge it all at once.
Yep. And also, if you're looking for a podcast about it, besides the Ready Room, Star Mike on Twitter is doing both going through old Star Trek episodes, but they're also doing one on Picard, and he has Daryl the Trek Nerd and a couple other co-hosts on. So usually it's a 4-person panel that goes through it. It's about an hour long. It's good.
I guess I heard that Daryl was actually taking a break from podcasting because of how his opinions have been taken lately. It's good to hear that he's jumping back in.
Yep.
All right, with all that fun, let's get back to SEMA and find out what's going on in SWTOR. Yes. So, how's it been going?
Well, our big news is that we conquered a planet last week. Which it's the third planet that we've conquered. We first conquered Balmora, then we conquered Quesh, and last week we conquered Nar Shaddaa. And basically, what that means is it's a group effort by the entire guild. It's only even possible for us to even think about doing it on certain weeks. And those weeks are usually about 9 weeks apart. So normally for Conquest, just to give some context, we have a target number of points to reach. And then everyone plays the game. And for different activities, you just get points. And if you make our target, then everybody gets rewards. And the guild gets rewards too. Mm-hmm. But on this particular effort, it's not that a target you have to make. You have to get more than the next guild. So it's really kind of a strategy game too, because you have to pick which planet to go after, because you got to avoid the ones where the sort of professional guilds that have like these assembly line processes in place for getting conquest points, and just So we chose very well. We didn't choose what I thought we should choose, which was good. We should always not choose what I think we should choose.
Oh,
because seriously, I'm totally wrong. But I'm aware of that, so I don't push my my idea. But we picked the right planet, and we everyone just sort of knuckled down and played their Star Wars game.
Yep.
It's a hard life. So now we get to wear the title, Conqueror of Nar Shaddaa.
Congratulations!
My stronghold still in one piece on Nar Shaddaa. We're good.
Well, and the big thing is, unlike WoW, where we have the Mega Guild, in SWTOR it's kind of the opposite. We're the smaller guild and have to avoid the Mega Guilds, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not only that they're mega guilds or bigger guilds, is that their reason for existing is conquest.
Yeah. And
like their ops teams do the conquest, they do it for conquest. So they do things like cycle alts through the same ops runs and save lockouts for it. And they have people who have, multiple characters that are just crafting 24/7. And that's not us. We're more of a, hey, let's play a game together.
Yeah, exactly. The friends and family.
Yeah. So that was Conquest last week. So it'll be a while before we get that intense again. This week, we're sort of skating to our targets because I think everybody is sort of like the first few days didn't slow down. So now I think we've already made our target for this week, which is good. That just means more rewards for everyone.
did you want to talk about the Switch, the double Imperial Week, as far as Conquest?
Yes, I do want to touch on that. Thank you. So basically what that means, and it started this week, is the event, the weeks in SWTOR where there is an event, it's a lot easier to make Conquest. And because we were switching every week between Imperial side and Republic side, and because the events are every 2 weeks, what was happening is that they would always fall on the Imp side. And so we staggered that a little bit so that now they're going to fall only on the pub side for a while. And so this week, we're on the pub side. And it's been a little bit weird because I go to the places that I'm used to going to for doing event activities, and they're like backwards. It's sort of like driving on the left, you know?
Yeah.
So I go here. Yeah, because normally I don't think before I do things, so I just go running off, and I'm like, okay, now where am I?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to go over there.
Yeah, it's like playing the Alliance briefly on Warcraft. It's like, oh wait, this is not the Horde City I should be walking into right now.
Yeah, exactly.
They all want to kill me.
Yeah, except
we
they're
only do this if we're actually, raiding them.
Cooping them.
yeah.
Yep.
It is, but it's sort of like, but more like Dalaran. Like you would go to the wrong inn or something, and then get like
It's not the death of you; it's just kind of awkward.
Yeah.
right.
Or like in Pandaria when it was 2 moons and 7 stars, and it was like you had to know to go left if you were Horde and right if you were Alliance, and it's like you're flying in. Why are all these guards red? Why are they attacking me? Stop it!
Run away!
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So so there is that. We do, like you mentioned up at the top of the show, we do have our MFNs on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. I just want to note, too, that everyone is welcome. If you're not high enough level for whatever it is we're doing that week, you're still welcome to come and hang out with us in voice if you like, and to, heckle us, whatever we're trying to do. But a lot of the stuff we do don't have a level restriction. I mean, as long as you have a ship, basically, and as long as you're willing to
Have ship will travel.
Do you have a ship?
Yes.
as long as you're willing to risk your life, then
What's
it's fine.
your ship?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. We do have some people who have characters at max level that never got their ship, but yeah, that's the thing.
Stole mine.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, so you're a bounty hunter.
Yep.
Yeah.
We also have that's our MFN. Then we also have a thing called Mega, which happens once a month. Monthly Epic Guild activity. See, I remember that.
Yay.
That Marcus runs. We had a great time last time, our March one, which was we did a World Boss Crawl, which is basically we just get together and have fun in Discord while we kind of romp all around the galaxy and kill world bosses on planet to planet.
So
it's mostly
you get together and have fun.
yes, right. And we look for world bosses. Hopefully, we find them, and then we kill them. Yeah. Because this is not Animal Crossing. I think I want an Animal Crossing MMO though. Is there such a thing?
This is
it
the
has
closest
multiplayer.
they've got to it because you can have other
8
players
people.
active on your island. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Fallout 76 version of Fallout,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
without the PvP.
Yeah, like if you visit someone's island, you can't do anything destructive unless you're best friends. But even then, you still can't. When you let them into your island, and it's sort of a lockdown version, even for you. No one can do anything major on the island while you're in visiting mode.
Yeah.
But up to 8. They've been doing some cool things with that, having virtual birthday parties and stuff like that. But back to the killing.
Back to the killing. Yes.
Yes, back to the killing. Back to the lightsabers.
And remind me,
Right,
Dent,
and
that
the
he has to
blasters,
tank.
Yeah.
And the blasters, where you can actually defeat the plague that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in April for Mega, we're having a slightly more elaborate effort, which is going to be a running of the amazing race that Corley is pulling together.
Awesome.
And he's been pretty immersed in it, doing the preparation. So I'm really looking forward to it. And Corley, if you're listening, just let me know if you need help with anything.
Yeah.
Decision making,
What planet to go to? Oh, sorry.
Managing, from afar. Yeah. So
when not to heal Max, that sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
that's always
Okay.
when not to heal Mac. Always.
Right.
Always.
Anytime.
Yeah.
So those are that's kind of a rundown of the guild activities. There, during when we were conquering Nar Shaddaa, it's kind of nail biting too, because you never know if another guild is not like hanging back and
Right.
waiting to
Yeah.
do a bunch of crafting overnight or something.
Waiting
But
to
there was,
sneak it in.
yeah, I was just gonna say there's solo activities you can do and group activities, but there are a lot of spontaneous group activities going on too. So sometimes that happens as well.
Very cool. All right. And just a reminder, if you want to get into SOTOR, easiest way, pop into the SOTOR channel in AIE Discord. We're not using Umami for it. Just ask for an invite, ImpSide,
Yes.
PubSide, tag @officer, and they'll get you in.
That's right.
And it is free. You just get an
Yay.
enhanced experience if you do pay the money.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. It has a pretty robust free to play offering.
Yeah, they've improved it over the years. But at first, it was a little dodgy. But
Yeah, it was.
I think they finally listened to their players and oh, you mean you want? Oh, okay, I understand. You don't want to be tortured while you're having to play. Okay.
And
Torture is good.
remind me, if you subscribe just for a month, it basically unlocks everything, right? All the content.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you get all the expansions. It's just a one-time subscription, and then you become preferred status, which is above the free-to-play folks. So you get a bit more perks, a little more UI tweaking.
Give them a
Yeah.
little bit. Throw them a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Good credit.
I mean, it's worth it to subscribe for 1 month. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All
right. Well, I had a discussion question because I didn't know how much time we'd have left over. Max wasn't here, so we didn't go, 15 minutes over. No, I'm
Right,
just kidding, Max.
Yeah.
But several of the games I've been playing in recently, including D&D, have a base class that you start with, and then they all morph into an advanced class. In some cases, they've gotten rid of that, and you just start with the advanced class and go from there. And I was just curious, what do you guys prefer? I'm going to make the ranger at level 1, or do you prefer to start out I'm going to be a hunter, get used to the class for a few levels, or whatever story there is associated with it, depending on the system you're in, and then tweak it, go to the advanced class and okay, I like playing the hunter, but now I'm going to do the ranger aspect of it, or I'm going to do the marksman aspect of it. What do you guys prefer in your games? Start with...
For me...
Seema. Nope, start with you.
For me, I like the one that makes it the most accessible to me when I know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So if it means getting my advanced class from the beginning, or getting my special ability or some version of it, or being in the right place or something, because I get frustrated when I'm not only learning a new UI and new combat, but also everything else.
About the game system.
Yeah. So I used to do a lot of reading ahead of time, I'm going to read up what this one does and what that one does. Not me anymore.
Yeah.
That's just not me anymore. I just want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what this button does.
Yeah.
Click. Mm-hmm.
What about you, Mew?
I think I definitely lean towards the starting simple and moving on, because I don't like the bad thing about starting something that is always going to be the same is, well, you're locked into that. That's now, that this is how it's always going to be. You have no choice in the matter. I do like the ones where you start off simple and then can make choices. I really like ESO's way of doing it. You do pick the basic class, but you can tell the game how you want to play that class. You can have whatever weapon you want. You can try to be I think you can be a healer, a tank, and the DPS on any of the classes in ESO, more or less. Obviously, certain classes are going to lean towards something more, but I have what is it, Night Stalker or whatever the rogue is. Forgotten the name, but but like because
Ninja
what
for the advanced class, or are you talking about the armor set?
No, I'm talking in ESO. There's
ESO, right.
There's the rogue or Nightshade or something along those lines. But like, because I tend to prefer the sneakier classes at first. But I like the fact that if I so choose, I can be a sneaky healer or a sneaky tank that, is dodging around your blows instead of just sitting there with a shield and being pounded constantly.
Right.
It's I like that variety. I like, for example, Final Fantasy 14. There is the Arcanist. When they start, at 30 they unlock 2 classes.
Yeah.
So you can now choose to be a DPS or a healer, and they both level at the same time. So if you decide I want to go real strong on the healer for a while, your DPS class is technically still keeping up with you level wise. You just aren't progressing in the story or their armor. I like that choice.
Wait a minute. So if I'm playing Arcanist and choose the DPS side,
yep,
then Scholars going up at the same time?
It is.
Okay. Now I know how to get my healer to 80. Just play the DPS.
Right.
Got it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So the only thing is that you're still doing you're only doing the DPS's story. You'll have to go back and do all the scholar ones, but you'll already be max level. Yeah. Oh darn. But once you get up to 80 and then do all the class quests, then you get that free set of 80 gear for your scholar. So the healer will already have really good gear. So, but yeah, that is why it's one of my favorite classes. Is that you can for one thing, I've always enjoyed summoning in Final Fantasy 14.
Right.
And they've just kind of made it a little bit narrow in this game, but then I also enjoy healing. So, but yeah, I like having that kind of a choice. Like the Final Fantasy 14 probably has the best because your one character is every possible class.
Yeah.
Right.
And they start out as one thing and then become something cooler for the most part, unless you start with one of the advanced classes later on. But
yeah.
So you're playing more the character, not the role.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm not talking to the same person twice. Like this person I've been playing with for years, and then coming up and who are you? This new person? No, it's the same character. It's just I just happen to have a really big sword today, or maybe I have a bow today.
Right.
Yep.
Whatever you feel like, and I like that. Long story long is I enjoy choice.
Okay.
So,
what about you, McCullough, in the D&D systems?
Sure. So it used to be, back in previous editions, you would start out as one class, and depending on if you had certain characteristics, you could then eventually transmute to another class. Like you could start out as a rogue, and if you've got certain things, you could train. You had the option to train as an assassin.
Right.
Same thing with fighters could, it was the way we did it, like Cavalier, right? Exactly. But I really quite actually like the new system, the way it's done now, and it actually is kind of a hybrid of both. So it depends on the class you're playing. So there are like a cleric and a mage. They actually specialize in the beginning. So if you're a cleric or a mage, so a cleric chooses now they get new abilities as they go along. Not just their spells, but they get new channel divinity. They get new abilities specific to the domain they choose. But they are that type of cleric.
Yep.
Same thing with mage. You pick your school, and that's who you are. But for a lot of the other classes, you start out as, say, a rogue. And then at third level, in this case, much like 10th level in WoW or SOTOR, at that point, you become your specialty.
Right.
So then you decide, okay, I'm a rogue, as I often am. What kind of rogue am I?
Right.
I'm going to be a swashbuckler who's a fighty rogue. I'm going to be a mastermind who is an intellect-based rogue that does sneaky stuff. I'm going to be a thief, which is more of a classic rogue. I'm going to be an arcane trickster, which is a magic-y rogue.
Right.
So, and a lot of the classes are like that. With a fighter at that point, you can become an eldritch knight, which is magic, or you can become a protector, or there's different ways you can take it. And so it's really interesting. And the great thing I like about that, it's not just for the advancement piece of it, but it's you at that point can have you can play if you like a certain class, you can play that class multiple times and not be the same.
Yep.
Now, unfortunately, you can't jump back. You can't say, I've decided that I don't want to be an Eldritch Knight. I want to more be a protection warrior. So more of a traditional tank. You can't do that. You can't go back and undo it. But it definitely gives you that flexibility in a party. For instance, like right now I'm playing a swashbuckler in our Monday game. Yep. Well, our Thursday game, we're about to start a new campaign. So I'm going to play an arcane trickster. I'm still a rogue, but everything is different about them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yes, I really do like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bounty hunters in SWTOR were the same thing, where you can either be a shooty bounty hunter or a healy bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I like, because you kind of started out with the story like 1 through 10 of you're a bounty hunter, and then after that you kind of picked, okay, I'm going to specialize and go that way. That's what I really like about Final Fantasy XIV as well. The first 30 levels are basically learn to play the class and get used to the interface, and then they go, okay, now we're going to unlock the advanced portion of the class now that you've got the basics down, and your pugilist now becomes a monk, your rogue becomes a ninja, your gladiator becomes a paladin, your marauder becomes a what's the marauder become? Warrior, which is backwards to me, but they should.
Yeah, it is to me too.
Right.
But yeah,
well, there's story reasons for it, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get that, because that's the next set of classes at the level. Cool. All right.
Well, was that your answer?
That was my answer. Yep. I like starting with the basic class, get used to it, and then delve into the advanced stuff once you've got comfortable with the game and the system and you understand it. Now let me expand into the advanced aspects of the class where my rotation changes. I have to learn some new buttons on what they do, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep.
Alrighty. We close it up. That would be the show for tonight. While the chat room begins suggesting show titles, we want to thank Seema for joining us. So thank you, Seema.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Always.
And don't forget, let's see. What do we? Nope. Don't forget nothing, because something's happening.
Yes. Don't forget nothing.
All right. If you are looking for Seema on Twitter, you can find her at AIE Seema.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I sort of watch Twitter.
Find her in Discord. It's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely easier. Yep. And if you're looking for the elusive Max the Gray, he is at Max the Gray on Twitter. When he's not busy trying to save the world.
Right.
And that's about it.
And if you have questions or comments for the show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Mute is at The Mew Cow. I am Cyrowave. And Tet is at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Max Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play along with us at our website, aie-guild.org/podcast/live/stream, or join our Discord server. Just go into the AI Discord server and look for AIE Podcast. Our theme is composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him with Keys with Soul, or visit his website, Andrew Allen Music.
And now it's time to play all of the great AI member segments we received this week, including, we didn't get any this week. I think everyone's too busy, like, I've got all this time, I'm stuck at home, I will get to that later, and everything becomes
It's one thing to
later.
be stuck at home, but then a lot of people stuck at home with their kids.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yep.
Yeah, what do they call it? That, and also what is it? The something of choice. There's a term for it where you have so many choices, but you can't choose one because it's
paralysis of choice.
That's it.
Yes. I
That's happening a lot because it's like, well, do I wanted to jump back into SWTOR, maybe do something deep in Final Fantasy 14? Do I want to play a little bit of WoW, or do I want to just sit on Animal Crossing? Well, that's easy. I can just push the button, Animal Crossing starts.
Exactly.
Alrighty. And next time, we'll be talking to Cyrene, Beefmaster, and Fezgig in World of Warcraft.
Yay.
Nice.
So until then, AIE, this is Mewcow.
This is Makala.
This is Tetsemi.
And this has been the AIE Podcast.
Yay!
Later, everyone.
Yay.
There we go.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Let's see. So far we have Pi, This is
Pi?
the Way,
Bye.
and Seema is the tank of SWTOR talk.
I like that one.
What does that even mean?
Who knows?
It's cute.
You can blame Mei Lung for that one.
But we blame him for everything.
Well,
Hashtag blame me along.
I was going to say
Yes.
hashtag blame Lank. Did that almost slip out?
Yeah, you know.
You just do it.
Yeah. I would blame Lank. Yeah. All right. Any other show titles, chat room? No?
I vote for Pi.
All right.
Bye.
Always.
Bye.
All right. So we're going to
Everyone
combine.
with
I'm
Pi.
going to make an executive decision. We're just going to combine
Uh-oh.
the two. We're just going to call it Pi. This is the way.
Yes. I like it.
All right.
I like
There
it.
we go. Isima approved. Thank you, chat room. Go ahead and cut the stream. Thank you, chat room.
Bye.
Bye.